People generally think that frugal people buy the cheapest version of everything, but that's actually one of the fastest ways to waste money. Even after a layoff forced me into early retirement, there are things that we intentionally spend more on. And one of them completely ended years of chronic pain for us both. And the last item in my list, most people think it's an expensive luxury, but it actually saves us money every single month. Today, I'm sharing with you 10 things that are worth spending real money on and why I'd buy them all over again. Let's start with the purchase that completely changed how both of us sleep and eventually got rid of pain we'd been living with for years. Our mattress is a Tempur-Pedic. And here's the part that always surprises people. We did not pay anywhere near full price for it. We bought it from a place that sells returns and damaged stock, and ours had an actual big black marker streak down the side, just down one side. Apparently, that's enough damage to make it so that they cannot sell it at full price. That black mark is covered up by our mattress cover and a sheet, so you can't even see it. Yet it got us a massive discount. That knocked the price down to about half of what you would pay in a regular store. So even with that discount, it was still more than what we would have paid for a basic mattress somewhere else. Granted, there is no guarantee and absolutely no returns, but we knew we weren't taking it back when we bought it, so that's okay. But here's why I do not regret a single dollar of that purchase. While we were building our house, Jeff had a little accident. Well, it wasn't little. He fell through the floor joists and dropped straight down into the crawl space, hitting his ribs, his back, his head on the joists on the way down. He was working alone that day. I was at work, and our son was still asleep. Jeff couldn't move, but Harley, our dog, went straight to him and then went and woke our son up, who was just learning to drive at that point. Somehow, our son managed to help Jeff get out of the crawl space and into the truck and headed to the hospital. That was just a bad day. Anyway, a year later, Jeff was still in constant pain from that fall, all throughout his torso. But after switching to that mattress, Jeff was able to be out of pain enough to get a good night's sleep. And within a few weeks, his pain finally started to heal up. For me, the mattress was less traumatic, but it's still been a very worthwhile investment. I'm a side sleeper, and I had dealt with hip bursitis, both hips, for years. And I would sleep on one side until the pressure caused my hip to be in enough pain to wake me up. Then I would roll over to the other side and sleep there until the pain in that hip woke me up, back and forth all night long, never getting a good solid night's sleep. That bursitis healed up after we made the switch to the Tempur-Pedic mattress too. Now we both sleep through the night, or at least as long as our bladders allow, right? So when I say a mattress can be worth paying more for, I mean it in the most literal sense. It changed how both of our bodies feel every single day. I love my Tempur-Pedic, and no, this video is not sponsored. And a quick question for you. What is something that you would never cheap out on, even though you're frugal? I'd love to hear your answers in the comments. Next up is shoes. I have unnaturally wide feet. You want to see? Most shoes just do not work for me. I once went into a Red Wing store to buy work shoes, and they actually measured my feet and told me they had exactly one pair in the entire store wide enough to fit my feet. And it was, of course, men's shoes. So when I find something that actually fits, I don't blink much at the price. For me, that is Keen brand for hiking and outdoor shoes. And even there, I have to buy men's because apparently women are supposed to have dainty feet. I am a sturdy woman. This brand actually has a toe box that is shaped for an actual human foot and not whatever narrow mold most brands use. If you've ever spent your whole day with your toes crushed together in shoes that technically fit, you already understand why this one is not negotiable for me. All right, third on my list is allulose. I will be the first to admit it. I am a sugar addict, same as most of us who are raised in the Western world. If I let myself eat full sugar versions of everything I love, it would become a serious problem. A 400-pound problem, and I mean that. Allulose is one sweetener that I have found is actually metabolically healthy, and it occurs naturally, so our bodies already know exactly what to do with it. It does cost noticeably more than regular sugar and a lot of other sugar substitutes. But when I think about what processed sugar and refined carbs are doing to all of our long-term health, the diabetes, the heart disease, the stuff we just assume comes with getting older, I look at that extra grocery cost as money I am not handing over to a doctor's office later. Okay, next up. Beef is on this list too. Though we have had to adjust how much of it we buy, Good beef gives you real nutrition and genuinely good fat. And no, saturated fat is not the villain it got made out to be for so many years. Prices have climbed a lot lately, so we've had to pull back some, and we are eating more pork and chicken now. But when we do buy beef, we go for cheaper cuts instead of the premium ones like we were able to afford in years past. But we still buy it because for us, the nutrition and the flavor are worth holding on to, even if it means eating a little less of it. Avocado oil also makes this list because of exactly how I use it. It is more expensive than even olive oil, but it is worth it for one single purpose. I make our own mayonnaise at home, which means I am skipping the industrial seed oils that are in every jar of mayo on the regular grocery shelves. Have you read the ingredients list on the mayo made from olive oil? Yeah, it's made with olive oil and industrial seed oils too. Marketing is just lies. So, yeah, avocado oil costs more than the cheap stuff, but I would honestly rather spend a little extra on an oil that I trust than save a few dollars on something that my family puts in their bodies regularly. We also switched to cast iron cookware in just the last few years. It is heavier, it takes a little more care, and yes, it costs more upfront than another set of nonstick pans would have. But it is going to outlast both of us, and we are not cooking on a coating that slowly breaks down and ends up wherever that stuff ends up, probably inside our brains. Have you seen the study on how much microplastic is in our brains? Oh, man. Our dining table is another one of these expenses that is worth every penny. It is a solid maple table with no veneer, no particle board hiding underneath a nice finish. And I didn't just buy it off a showroom floor either. I had it custom made. I picked the wood, the style, the finish, even the exact width and length because I needed something that would fit into a very specific space in our home. I wanted it narrow enough to actually fit in the room with room to walk on both sides. When we designed this house, we didn't consider that we would have doors on both sides of the dining table. We've got the laundry room on one side, and then we've got the back door and the breakfast bar on the other. So I wanted enough room to comfortably walk around both sides of the table. So this one is only 3 feet wide, which is a bit more narrow than most other large tables, but it's also expandable. So I can still sit a crowd when I need to. I did pay extra also to get 2 leaves to expand it. Now, if you watched the last video, you know I furnished plenty of this house for free, including a table that cost me nothing. That's the one we use as a workspace in the spare room. So you might be surprised to hear that I went and spent real money on this table. But that's kind of the point. Free is great when free does the job, but this didn't. I needed something built to an exact size that would hold up for decades and one that I also wanted to look at every day in the main living area. Nobody was giving that away. That kind of custom work costs a bit more than grabbing something off the floor at a furniture store, but honestly, it wasn't that much more. But here's the thing, a table built from real solid wood doesn't sag, it does not chip apart at the corners, and it does not end up looking like garbage in 5 years in the way that the cheaper stuff does. This is a table our kids are going to fight over someday, not something we'll want to replace before we've even done paying it off. Okay, up next is one people don't really think about. I ride an e-bike, and instead of grabbing the cheapest bike helmet off the shelf, which is my normal thought, I bought one that is actually rated for e-bike speeds. A regular bike helmet is tested for regular bike speeds, and an e-bike moves a lot faster than a regular bike. E-bikes are technically rated for 28 miles per hour, I believe, but I will admit I've had mine up as fast as 34, downhill, obviously. And a crash at that speed could be disastrous. This is one play that I am not willing to save a few bucks on. I know several people riding these things with either no head protection or using a regular bike helmet, and I am calling you out, brother. You know who you are. But for me, this is one purchase on this whole list where the extra cost could save your life, and I like my brain just the way it is. Thank you very much. All right, next up. Jeff and I both use electric toothbrushes, and yes, they cost more than the basic manual one, and the replacement heads aren't free either. But when I think about how much a single dental procedure costs compared to years of better brushing, it's not even close. Our teeth are in better shape because of it, and that is money we are not spending at the dentist down the road. There have been times when I was traveling and I forgot to pack my electric toothbrush and I had to use the old style manual one. And I will tell you, it does not feel the same. The electric brush leaves my teeth feeling a lot cleaner, actually pretty close to how they feel right after I get a cleaning from the hygienist. So that feeling alone is worth the money to me too. Okay, finally, let's talk about the item I mentioned in the beginning of this video. The one that most people see as an expensive luxury, but we see as a money saving tool. I am on tirzepatide, the generic version of Mounjaro or Zepbound. My insurance does not cover the cost, so I pay out of pocket for this medication. I use a compounded version because I'm definitely not paying full pharmaceutical company prices for the same molecule that I can get cheaper elsewhere. And here is what I did not expect when I started the shot. It has actually saved us money, not cost us more. I am absolutely serious. My GLP-1 medication saves us money. I am no longer impulse buying junk food at the store anymore, so we're spending less money there. We buy food we actually intend to eat, and then we eat it. I no longer buy veggies that I think I'll get around to using, and then I let them rot in the fridge because I just didn't feel like using them later. Somehow that completely stopped when I started tirzepatide. We really only buy things that we are truly going to eat. So our food waste is close to nothing now. I did not expect that from this medication. We also just eat less at home overall, which means a lower grocery bill entirely. And we almost never eat out anymore. How much would you save if you had no impulse buying, no food waste, and almost no restaurant or convenience store costs? And the saving and cost of food isn't even the best part. I am over 50 pounds lighter than when I started tirzepatide. I am off of my blood pressure medication. My fasting insulin is sitting right in the ideal range, which matters a lot to me because my mother and two of my brothers all ended up diabetic. That is not going to be my story. Between what I am not spending now and what I'm not going to be spending on managing chronic conditions down the road, this has been worth every single penny. All right, so here's what we've learned over the years. Cheap and frugal are not the same thing. Cheap focuses on today's price, and frugal looks at the total cost over years. Sometimes the cheapest purchase ends up being the most expensive one you ever make. That's why we are happy to spend more on the things that truly matter and cut ruthlessly everywhere else. Now, I'm curious, what's on your list? What's one thing that you will gladly pay more for because it's worth every penny? Let me know in the comments. And if you're navigating layoffs or early retirement, frugal living, or just trying to make smarter decisions with your money, I'd love to have you subscribe and hit that like button and join us for the next video. Thanks for being here and take care.